All right, today we are on lesson 6, chapter 4, lesson 6. This one I need you guys to pay attention to. Now, normally I sit there and I'll tell you if it's hard or if it's easy. And this one is going to be up here. It's going to be a little difficult, okay? But if you pay attention, you'll start to get it, and it's like, oh, okay, and it'll get a little bit easier, okay? The one that we just did with the visibility rules, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? I mean, it was way down here, wasn't it? Because, I mean, to find out the divisibility rules for 2 and 5, you had to do all of this work and all this calculation, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All you had to do was look at the last digit. If it was a 0, it was even, it was divisible by 2. If it was a 0, it was divisible by 5. Okay? 5, it had to be a 0 or 5 at the end. That was super simple. This is going to be a little bit different. What we are doing, it sort of goes with the lessons that we did with multiplication, where you had partial products. You remember when you would sit and you had a 2-digit number that you were multiplying by a 2-digit number? If you had did her thing not stick in there? If you have this and you multiply, well, first of all, 1 times 73 is 73. That's the identity property. You put your placeholder in. 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 1 is 29. What are those? Those are your partial products, okay? Then you go ahead and add, you get 3992, and that's your sum. Or not your sum, your product. Your answer to your multiplication problem, okay? These were partial products, okay? This is sort of the same thing. And we're going to get to it, and I'm going to show you how. First of all, if I gave Ulysses, if I gave you 36 golf balls, okay, and I gave you 3 bags, and you had to divide those golf balls evenly into the 3 bags, how many golf balls would be in each bag? Giada, you want to help him? 12. There'd be 12 in each bag. How did you do that?
Mental math.
Okay, mental math. What did you do mentally to figure that out?
What do you mean?
What did you do?
Add?
Added what?
Multiply?
Multiplied what?
Me?
Yeah, Giada.
I multiplied 11 times 3, and that was 33, and so I multiplied 1 more, and I got 36.
Okay, so you did something that we did before called guess and test, and that would work. Did you do it a different way?
No, I generally do it with a 12 like that.
Okay. Okay. How about if I had 3 bags? Since you got a big desk, I'm going to put 3 bags here. 1, 2, 3. I could sit and go 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, all the way through till I gave out all 36, right? And with that, I would end up with 12 in this bag, 12 in that bag, 12 in this bag. Now, let's look at it the way that you guys did it. Let's not start at 11 though. Let's start at 10, because you got 3 bags, okay? So if you have 3 times 10, you have 30, right? And how many golf balls did I give you?
36.
36. That leaves you with 6 left over, right? Okay? Now, one way of doing this is by sitting there and putting 10 in this bag, 10 in that bag, 10 in this bag, a tens. Okay? So all of a sudden I've got 10, 10, and 10. This is a bag. See, I don't grade you guys on art because I don't want you guys grading me on my art, okay? It's bad. But this is 10 in this bag, 10 in this bag, 10 in this bag. And I still have how many left over? 6. There's 1, 2, 3. These are golf balls. 4, 5, 6. Put a 1 in there. So now, in each one, I have 12 golf balls. Okay? Make sense? All right, now, they have a problem that they are giving you in here today. And what you're doing is you're using arrays to do this. And this is where it comes out to where it looks like partial products, to where but instead of multiplying, you're gonna be dividing, okay? One way of doing it is like this, in which this is what they call, this is the array. Yeah. This is the array in which you're putting things in. Basically, your problem was 36 divided by 3. I know. I have 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. And that's what this is showing it as an array, okay? The next way they're wanting to show it as an area model. And with the area model, you are doing something similar to this, where you are taking 3 into 36. Okay? 3 I know goes in here. So if I put a 10, that's gonna be 30, and I'm gonna have 6 left over, correct? What they do then is they take it and they bring it over here, and you now have 3 into 6, which goes 2, okay? We know that 3 divided into 36 is 12. But what they've done is they've taken your answer, your quotient, and divided it into the tens and then into the ones. Okay, are you following me with that? First, they're dividing out the tens part, which is here. Then they're dividing out the ones part. What you're left over with here, you're then dividing in over here. Okay? Let me give you another one. Let's do 12 into 132. first of all, I know that 12 doesn't go into 1. So my first number is gonna be into the 13, correct? Okay, and it's gonna go 1 time. But instead of 1 time, I'm just putting a 0 on the end of it. Okay? So what is 10 times 12? Kellen?
120.
120. I subtract, I get 12 left over, right? Now, I'm gonna bring this 12 over here, and I'm gonna divide 12 by 12. I'm gonna erase this other stuff to get it out of our way. 12 goes into 12 1 time. 1 times 12 is 12, subtract, you get 0. So, if I was dividing 12 into 132, how many times does it go? Kellen?
101.
Nope. Because this 1 is gonna go here. I see what you're saying, but it's gonna go in here, and it'll be what, Jackson?
11?
It'll be 11 times. Okay? Because here, the 12 goes into the 13 1 time. And we just put a 0 in the 1's place to do the 10s. This is like we're dividing only with the 10s here. Okay? Over here, we're dividing, but it's only with the 1s. Okay? So then when I have 12 into 132, it would be 11 times when I put it together. Because I'm putting the 1 in the 1's place, I already got a 1 in the 10's place. Okay? Let's try another one. We're gonna try one out of your book too. Let's try, I wanna get a bigger number. This is number 5. Okay? First, I want to just do the 10s. Then over here, I have a 26, and I want to do the 1s. Okay? And how many times does 26, it doesn't go into 6, does it?
No.
But it's going to go into 67. How many times would 26 go into 67?
2.
2 times. So what I'm gonna do is I'm then gonna put a 0 there so I don't put anything more. What is 2 times 26? Jackson?
52.
52. So I'm gonna put 52 and I'm gonna put the 0 down. I'm not adding, I am subtracting. And I'm gonna end up with 156. So this 156 is gonna come over here. Okay? Now I gotta figure out how many 26s go into 156. Joseph? Adam?
6.
6. Let's figure this out. 6 times 26, 36, 3, 12, hey, 156. Is that a lucky guess?
No.
No. Skill? That's what I wanna hear. So we said 6, it's 156. Gonna end up with 0. So, how many 26s go into 150, or 676. No, how many 26s go into this? From what we've got with the 10s and the 1s. Giada?
26.
26. Because you're putting together this with this. Okay? So I know that this is the 10s only. This is the 1s. If I put the 1s there, 20 plus 6 is 26. Okay? So now I know that 26 divided into 676 is 26 times. Okay? What they're doing is they're breaking it down for you. When we did the multiplication, you had two partial products. Okay? This, instead of multiplying, you're dividing. You're dividing first the 10s and getting an answer. Then you're dividing the 1s. If we were to do this normally, without breaking it apart like this, I would sit there and tell you, does 26 go into 6? No. And so I tell you to put that 0 so that it's like a placeholder. It lets you know that there's nothing here, but you're now dividing 26 into 67. And we figured out from over here that it goes in 2 times. And we figured out that 2 times 26 is 52. You subtract, and you get 15, right? Then what? Bring down the 6. Now I'm doing 26 into 156. Which is 6. 6 times 26 is 156. Subtract, you get 0 as your remainder. All that they're doing is taking this, is right here, and then this is down here. Okay? They're splitting it up. Okay? Because these are like, they don't have it, but they're like partial quotients, is the other way of saying it. Okay? So today's work for number 5, I want it written like this. Now, today, you don't have that many problems. Some of them are sort of done for you. Okay? Because there's 18 problems to do. So writing them out, yes, it will take a little bit of, not that book. Good try. In your textbook. And the way Josh writes them down, he can probably fit 2 across and probably 3 or 4 down. And so it may take 2 pages, front and back, but he could get them all in there. Okay? You're also going to have your blue binder work, and blue binder is 4-6. Okay? And your words for it are going to be array and area model. Okay? What? No IXLs today.
Yes,
All right, Gabby?